Hi, I'm Jeremy,
I'm Kristen.
and we're JandKFit. We want to welcome you. This is the first of many video journals that we're going to be putting out. We've asked over on Facebook in the last week for you to write in with your questions, and we want to thank you so much for engaging with us. We received so many emails and so many questions through Facebook that we're only going to be able to get to so many this week. But what we're going to do is we're going to lay the foundation. We're going to talk about the basics, and once we get those under control and we get those established, then we'll move on to the more advanced topics. But what we asked for was we asked for some of the main questions that you've always struggled with, and you've heard various conflicting, ideas and information on. So what we're going to do, along with this one, is we took 3 questions, and we're going to answer those. And each week we'll talk about different subjects, and then at the end we'll give you information how to get in touch with us for if you have any more questions and you'd like to reach out to us for help with that. Some topics that we'll be discussing will be fitness. We talk about different training techniques, different exercises, correct form, incorrect form. Talk about nutrition. Talk about competition prep, strength and conditioning for athletes, goal setting, motivation, and then we're going to talk about some of those common myths that you've heard that most people do because they've been told somewhere along the line hey, you got to do this for this to work. And we're going to be talking about those main myths and why you shouldn't do those and what you should do in place of those to reach the goals that you want to achieve.
We're able to see our clients on a daily, weekly basis, and the goal for this is to be able to reach out to the community, to people that aren't in Nashville online that see us, and to be able to answer people's questions and for them to kind of see what we're about as well, and that we're trying to be involved in our community and help everyone in the area. So
What you'll see is the answers that we're going to provide, they're going to be general. And when I say general, it's because unless we know your history and we know your exact background, what you've been doing to try to achieve where you're trying to go, then we can't tell you exactly what to do. We can only give you general guidelines. And if you want to take that to the next level, you'd love to contact us. You want to come in and have a goal setting session with us, then we can help you in a little bit more detailed manner. But this will at least give you a foundation of where to start if you haven't been doing it correctly to begin with. Our information is going, a lot of our answers is scientific based. Also, though, most of it is through our 20 years of our experience combined and the mentorship we've had with John Perillo and many other fitness professionals. It's going to be what we found to work through doing, actually executing and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And what you find with is all our different clients, some things work for some people, some things don't work for other people. And the things that do work, they don't always work for a long time. And you have to keep on changing. You have to look at the different variables. We'll be going over all that. So just to keep this basic for our first time, I want to start with the first question that we had. Is I've heard a lot of different things about when is the best time to perform cardio. Can you please explain explain what's the best and why? I'll let Kristen take that one and start with that.
okay, well, there's a few times you can do cardio that is the best, and the first time would be first thing in the morning. Reason being, you don't want a lot of carbs in your system before you do cardio. You want to be in a fat burning phase, and in the night you burn all the carbs through sleep and all your nutrients that are depleted. And then in the morning, drink a cup of coffee, drink some water, get up, don't eat. If you need something, you're starving, maybe a little protein shake, but nothing carb loaded. And then just jump on, the treadmill or go outside and try to do, an intensity where it's hard to carry a conversation. You just don't want to be stopping and kind of lollygagging around. You want to get your heart rate up, at least, we like to say for our clients, 30 minutes at least for a session. The next best time to do cardio, other than the first thing in the morning, is right after a workout. Reason being, you do need carbs in your system for a weightlifting program. Otherwise, you're going to pass out. You're not going to be able to lift as well as you normally can. And during that session, you will use all your carbs for energy to perform lifts. So at the end, you may still have a little bit of some carbs in your system, but when you get on the cardio equipment, you'll probably the first 5 minutes burn the rest of your carbs and then go into a fat burning phase, which is what you want. You want to be burning fat during cardio sessions. So you can add to that.
All right, so just to expand upon that a little bit, just going on the question, we really don't have all the information we need. So I would ask, what are you doing cardio for? Is your cardio, is it to burn fat? Which most of the people that come to us, they're looking to burn fat. So like Kristen talked about, when you want to do it in a glycogen depleted state, so that way you burn mostly fat. Some people talk about you need to do low intensity, you got to do HIIT, you got to have different intervals. There's different places to start, but just the most basic thing is you want to do it in a glycogen depleted state, so that way you burn fat. If you eat a bunch of carbs before you do cardio, you're going to burn most of the carbs. You're going to use those carbs as the calories that you burn, and very little fat. So that being the first thing, there's fat burning. If you're just doing it for general cardiovascular health, then any time is great. Like she also said with the fat burning, if you can't get it in first thing in the morning, if you do a strength training workout in the day, you're going to burn the carbs out of your system, so do it immediately after. And if that doesn't work for you, then you can always do it after your last meal. Most of our clients, they pull the complex carbs out of their last meal, so they have protein and fiber. They'll wait an hour or so, and then they'll go hit their cardio, so they actually burn fat kind of while they sleep. However, what I want to point out is everybody tries to set up like the perfect program. Anytime, performing cardio any time of the day, even if you're trying to burn fat but you just ate and you have no other time to do it, any time is better than not doing it at all. So just make sure you get it in. And then once you get a system set up and you get in the routine, then you can start putting it at different points of the day. But just make sure you get it in. We'll talk about time, how much time, and what types of intensities you use in later video journals. But just for this basic, that's where you want to start.
Definitely not before a strength training workout, though, because then you'll have you're going to burn the carbs, use those for energy during the cardio session, and then when you go to lift weights, you're going to have no energy and you're not going to get that max lift that you need to really get results. So
in regards to cardio, that's the biggest thing that we see out there. Most people, they do 20 to 30 minutes of cardio before their strength training routine because they got to warm up. They got to get their muscles loose. And all they're doing is kind of shooting themselves in the foot. You burn all that glycogen out, and your strength training, it's anaerobic, and you're going to use glycogen. Your body wants to use glycogen in that state. And if it's not there, what's going to happen is it's either going to burn fat or you're going to break down your muscle tissue. And because your heart rate's not going fast enough to actually burn fat when you're using anaerobic type of lifting, then your body's just going to say, okay, well, I don't have carbs, I'm not going to use the fat, so I'm going to tear down the muscle. So you're actually you're making it harder on yourself and you're going catabolic and you're hurting yourself in that state. So just make sure weights first, eat some carbs, protein before your workout, hit the cardio immediately after in that glycogen depleted state. All right, second question. With all the different fad diet programs out there and different types of diets, how do I know which one is the best? It seems everyone says their style of dieting is the best. I'll take that one, then I'll let Kristen, she can wrap it up. So there's all kinds of different examples of diets. There's keto, there's fasting, there's carb loading, there's high carb, low fat, low carb, high fat. There's all kinds of different programs out there. And a lot of them they claim that their way is the best. Well, it may be the best for them. However, every single person is different. So whenever you look on the internet and you can find 50 different diets that work for 50 different people, keep in mind that you're completely different than everybody else out there. And the way that your metabolism is set up now is going to be completely different than it will be in 6 months or a year from now. So what we teach at JandKFit is we don't have a cookie cutter diet. We have kind of strategies put in place that generally work. But what we do is we allow you to pick the food you like. We start you on something, a plan, and then we see how your body reacts. If we need to change it, we do. If we don't, we don't. We don't change things just for the sake of changing. So, which type of diet is the best? When you're starting a diet, you got to establish a baseline. So the best way to do that is, if you haven't been doing this, is track your food for the next 7 days. Add up the calories. You can use Fitness Pal or any of the other applications out there. Add up your calories for each day. Track that over 7 days, So you'll take your total calories for 7 days, add them up. Let's say you add up to 21,000 calories for all week long. You divide that by 7, and that's going to give you your average. So on average, you're taking in 3,000 calories a day. Okay, you're also going to track your weight the first day all the way to the last day and see as your weight changed. If your weight hasn't changed, then that's your maintenance. If you've stayed exactly the same, you've done this, stick to the same type of cardio and weight training, but if the scale hasn't moved, you're at your maintenance. If you lose weight, that shows you're in a caloric deficit. If you gain weight, you're above your maintenance. So that's the kind of way to figure out to get your diet started for you. And then what you do is that's the basic. You got to have that in place before you start figuring other high fat, low carb, all that stuff out. You just start with the balanced program, track your calories, and then you can go from there. And we'll expand upon that idea in the next coming videos.
With every diet, the goal is to increase your metabolism. And a lot of times we'll get women and men that come in and they've tried, no carbs, or they've seen a girl in a magazine and seen what she eats throughout the day and it has it there, and they just follow that because, oh, she's skinny, I'll eat what she does. That's, usually like 1,200 calories. But anyway, so what happens is they kill their metabolisms and then they come into us and they are frustrated because, they've been eating very little and they feel like crap and they're still not losing weight. And so, like he said, you just have to try something. You have to see what you've been doing, and then kind of make a baseline and then correct it so that you're burning and getting energy and burning fat and your metabolism is starting to engage. So
99% of the time when a client comes to us and they want to lose fat, they're amazed because we bump up the amount of calories that they've been taking in. They've followed the different fads of, oh, you got to do 2 shakes and 1 meal, or you eat 800 calories, 3 little meals that have 200 calories apiece, and they're all concerned about taking in more than 500 calories. And the thing is, they've completely killed their metabolism. So in order to be burning fat, you have to build your metabolism, and that's what all our nutrition is based on, is metabolism building nutrition. So for the first month or two, depending on how long they've damaged their metabolism, we actually had to get them, when they say, okay, I want to lose 30 pounds, you got to help me, I want to get going now. So what we do at that point is say, okay, well, listen up. What we're going to do is we're going to get you to put on a pound of muscle for a week, each week for about a month or so, until we see that your metabolism is kicked in high gear. That way, once we get your calories back up there, you're feeling good, you're hungry, you're killing your workout, you're doing your cardio, you're just feeling on top. That's when we can switch into a fat burning mode, because if you don't ever get your metabolism built up, you're never going to be able to continue week after week after week to lose weight, because you have no metabolism to begin with. Muscle is what burns fat. So if you want to burn calories, you talk about, oh, you see all these commercials, our workout's the best workout and it burns 800 calories. The only thing that burns calories, 24 hours a day, is putting on lean muscle. So if you want to burn calories all day long without doing anything, increase your metabolism, put on some muscle, increase your calories. That'll get you in the right place. Anything else on that topic?
No, you nailed it.
We could talk forever. We love what we do, and we could talk forever, but that's a good basic place. All right. Our third question. It seems as though the New Year's resolution that I made for myself at the beginning of the year has already begun to become a thing of the past, as it has the last 5 years. I seem to be able to succeed in everything else in my life except for this fitness thing. I feel like such a failure at this area of my life. Any motivation you can give me or insight would greatly be appreciated. Okay. First of all, congratulations on succeeding in everything else in your life. You're ahead of the pack right there if you're doing that. However, the fitness thing, there's a couple of things. One, you got to understand, and what separates us from a lot of the other businesses and trainers out there is we understand it's more than just the physical body. What we want to help people do is achieve that physical body, but also understand why the true drive to get in shape is, and how it's going to affect all the other areas of their life in positive ways. So one, I would have them sit down, as every client that comes to JandKFit, we have them do a goal setting conversation. And it helps them look at what goals they have, why they want those goals, and what's been holding them back in the past. Because if they can emotionally connect to those goals rather than I just want to get that six pack, then they're going to be well on their way. You've seen those people that they get in shape, and then with a trainer, and then 6 months later, they quit, and then they go on doing their own thing again, and they lose the results that they had. Now, they may not go back to square one. However, they're not in shape. They don't have that excitement anymore because they thought it was all about the body. And once they got the body, they realized that just didn't make them as happy as one. So what we want to do is, one, to give you the motivation to stick so you don't go 5 years in a row of saying, all right, this is my New Year's resolution. 2017, my New Year's resolution is to get in shape. 2018, I want to try to get in shape. We got to help you connect emotionally with why it's so important that you want, because obviously you haven't, or you would be able to stick to this. So one, like I said, you need to connect emotionally with why this is so important. And then once you do that, you'll be able to once you get the mindset, you develop the mindset, you'll be able to accomplish anything. So, it's probably, if I had to say anything, had to guess without knowing all the details, my thing would be all the other areas that you're successful in life is probably, if we had to ask you why, you'd probably tell us because you dedicated the most time. You had the most passion in that area. You did things, you stayed up late, you got up early, you did all these extra things to be great in this area, and you're probably just not putting the same energy and the same passion and devoting yourself to that like the other areas you have. And that's okay. So what we need to help you do is find a plan, and once you connect emotionally, you'll have the drive to get up earlier, to work out 3 or 4 times a week, to do your cardio, to eat better. You'll have that. So
yeah, a lot of times people come in and, to this person, I'll say this, people take their health for granted. And they come to us almost as a last resort of, I wasn't able to get out of the backseat of the car over Thanksgiving, or I was embarrassed. I can't go on vacation and walk on cobblestones in Greece without, feeling weak. And they come and they say, I want to have a good life, and I've been successful in other areas, but now I feel like I've let myself go. And I would tell that person to kind of reprioritize what does success mean to them, and then kind of reprioritize what is important to them. It is being healthy for their family. It is being able to be that career person and have a stable mind and energy to perform. And then for a lot of people, for them to enjoy retirement without being feeble and weak and injured. So, coming in for a goal setting session is usually what we recommend for people that are interested in us. And a lot of people realize that during that their health is kind of what springboards them to other goals in their life and helps them be successful in all aspects, like he was saying. When they focus on their health and their well-being, it just keeps everything going in their life. So that's what I would tell that person.
So if this is something that eludes us, you can contact us. Let us help you go through that amazing goal setting session to create that clarity and that focus for what you truly want and why you truly want it. And then once we do that, let us help you get that physical body that you've been after for so long, but let it be a springboard to your love and connection that you want in your life, to getting that new job promotion, to wearing that bikini or whatever it is you want to wear, wedding dress, whatever it is that you dream about wearing, because that's what motivates us. But the biggest motivation is the fear of not having something. So when you turn it around and think about, how would I feel if I never get to wear that wedding dress the way I want to look in it when I get married? What if I go on vacation and I'm not in shape, I can't wear those clothes? What if I never find the love and connection because I don't have the confidence and the self-esteem because I never got myself in shape to have that? It's just, think about not only what you want, but how it would feel not to have it. And that, if that doesn't drive you, I don't know what else is really going to do it. But that's just one way to look at it. We're here to give you options, and a lot of times everything seems black and white, and it's really not. So as your coach, when you come to us, it's our job to help you come up with a plan that's personalized for you, and also it's going to get you what you want in all areas of your life. So If you want to get in touch with us, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know what you think so we can, as we move forward with these video journals, we can make it more of what you want, less of what you don't want. But just thank you so much for listening, giving us the time to try to help you in your fitness journey. You can reach us at 615-669-3355. That's our business phone. Our website, check us out, JandKFit.com. You can leave us an email there if you want to contact us that way. Or you can also email us at jandkfit@gmail.com. Facebook, JandKFit LLC. And we're also on YouTube. So shout us any questions you have.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you need to find that inspiration to start working on yourself right now. If we're that inspiration, then contact us. But, you know, your children, your job, everything, keep those reminders in front of you and help you get started. So.
All right, and I think that in the next couple of these video journals that we'll do, we want to be very transparent with you. And some people just, when they look at those trainers, they look at these fitness people, they assume they've always been in shape. And I can assure you, it hasn't been that way for us. We've had different eating disorders as well, and we'll go into privately into our journeys and where we started and why we got into what we did and where we are now and how we accomplished and made it through. We want to be transparent with you. So we're not any different than you. We have the same struggles. We have a family, we have a baby, we have a full-time business that both of us work in. You know, we're just your average people, but we're going to show you the things that we've conquered and how we got there. So maybe it won't take you as long to do as it took us to get there. So anything we can do to help you in that manner. But that, and then we'll give you a little bit of try to shoot some videos of our private facility and the work that we do there and give you a little bit more insight in that. But thank you again for your time. We look forward to talking to you next week. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Kristen.
And we're JandKFit.